jump into something we may not agree about. Hulu had a new movie come out starring Lil Rel and John Cena called Vacation Friends. But like, I'm gonna start and give the pun, but I'm gonna shoot it right to you, Jason, because I feel like we're gonna feel similar about this movie. So the pun I had is this movie is like you invite the one white guy to your family function, and that white guy is a really good dancer, and he dances better than everybody in your family. Now your cousin's looking at you sideways because you bought the best dancer here, and people are like, "Oh, I remember that event very fondly. It was that good white guy," but they don't know what else happened in the event because all you remember was the dancing good white guy. That was this movie summed up to its team, like everything. But Jason, you have stronger feelings about it, and I'll let you go and go into that.
All right, let me first off and start off and say there was some. I did have some legitimate laughs watching this movie. There were some times where I laughed out loud, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually a pretty funny joke." With that said, I did not like this movie at all. For me, and I texted these guys while I was watching this. This felt like a movie that was written by white people. Let's be honest. And then when they came to go shoot it, they were like, "Oh, let's get Lil Rel as the star, and let's just kind of like make it with black people in it, even though none of the shit makes cultural sense whatsoever fucking ever." I kind of also hate the kind of like trope where like the most outlandish fucking dude that is unrealistically outlandish is somehow loved by everybody. Like these people start off with putting cocaine in people's drinks without telling
Yeah,
them, and just like, "Oh, I think that's okay." And it was like, there's no person out there in the history of people that would ever think that's a good idea to do.
They
Like,
were
unless
on vacation.
unless they are sociopaths and they're trying to murder you or rape you or whatever. Like that's like that shit like is like when they're just doing like just dumb shit and somehow it's like working and people are like, "I love this guy. He's just doing he's saying all the things I want." It's just like, no, nobody would like this person. They're just obnoxious and annoying. And John Cena's character and his wife were just that for me. They were just obnoxious and annoying. And for me, you need to balance that with a person who is so opposite that it makes sense for him to meet in the middle. But Little Rel is just a planner. There was nothing wrong. Like he might have been slightly uptight, but only slightly. And it's like you can't like there is no thematic reason why he should like trust or like or be like these people because it just doesn't make sense. It's just so outlandish. He's so not that. He's so reasonably reasonable that it just doesn't work. And then you have the fact that his father-in-law doesn't like him because he works at a construction. The motherfucker owns his own construction company that at the end you find out is valued at $34 million. Like the whole classism thing, like it happens in black culture, but it's not from business owner to business owner. There's no old money fox hunting motherfuckers out there who are like, "Oh, you run your own company? What a fucking loser you are!" Like, no, that shit doesn't. Like, if he was a drug dealer, like maybe, like, or if he was like unemployed, then I can understand the conflict there. But like, this dude is running a successful business, and you fucking clowning on him, like, get the fuck out of here. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. So this is why I thought that this was just totally kind of like papered over, retooled for
mm,
a black audience because like this dynamic between his father-in-law and him, it especially they were taking place in Atlanta. That shit don't fly here. Like that doesn't make any goddamn sense. So yeah, I didn't like this movie. Um John Cena is much better in this than he is in much of his other stuff, but that doesn't help.
right, right. Jerry, your thoughts?
I mean, you could miss this. It is just a retool of every other crazy vacation movie that happens when somebody is a movie star and wants to take a studio paid vacation to Hawaii for a week and just crank out some garbage cookie cutter movie. Uh, I I will disagree on one thing. I do think it is not a racial thing. I think it's absolutely this whole experience I witnessed in this movie is a classist thing. It's 100% somebody who's wealthy looking down on somebody who is uh he's uneducated on and has probably not given the time of day to even look into it and just judges him, prejudges him based on the title that he once said in front of him. I mean, it's been done in movies so many times, and yeah, most of them have been like all white cast. So did Lil Rel get like subbed in on this? I mean, maybe, but like I don't know how to say this without like overreaching or assuming this that
Just say it,
I,
Jen, and if it's
yeah,
too bad, we'll put you in your place.
sure. Sure. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just I don't think that it's a bad thing that you have two up and coming and established black actors playing a role that could be played by any race. I think as a
Oh,
society,
most
when we
certainly.
grow and when people come from all over the world and like join up in America, there are things. One of my Asian friends was talking about like something they do getting kind of adopted into common like slang, and he's like, that's what we're here for. It's America. We're all trying to be part of it or whatever. So I guess what I'm saying is uh I've met exceptionally rich, like black, white, and Asian people, and I've met exceptionally poor versions and everywhere in between on just about every one of those. And sometimes, especially around here in Georgia, when you're trying to belong to some stupid country club or something, you become that which is accepted. And I've seen a lot of exceptionally wealthy people that aren't necessarily white adopting a lot of rich white bullshit. So I mean, for lack of a better phrase. So I think this is about her dad being overprotective and considering himself one of the best there is at what he does, and just looking down on someone he sees as inferior, which is a very classist thing to do. Kind of their
Most certainly.
jam.
So the fox hunting scene does not resonate
I mean, it all takes
whatsoever.
place here in Country Club of the South in Georgia. They don't do fox hunts there.
They don't do fox hunting down here at all.
I
I
played
don't care
golf
how
there.
rich you are. You're not fox hunting in fucking Georgia. Where the fuck
Not
do you even
anywhere.
go? They're supposed to be like Marietta. Where the fuck do you even go?
Yeah,
Go
this
fox.
is yeah.
If there is fox hunting out there, like,
That's right.
please get in the comments and let me know that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I would love to
Yeah.
go on a fucking fox hunt. I think that should be fun, riding horses and shit. Going, Excelsior,
Yeah.
playing trumpets.
No yeehaw. Just
Yeah,
Excelsior.
no,
Dig it. Dig it.
Right.
True nerd, my boy. Excelsior. Brilliant.
All
I'd be up there,
right.
engage.
Jason, what would you give this?
a 2. It's not so bad. There were definitely some genuine laughs. It's not horrible, but it's just like there's just things that I guess didn't resonate for me. So it was like a 2. It's
Jared?
watchable.
I'm giving it 2 as well. Again, miss it. It's not worth it. If you've watched any kind of buddy comedy or coupley kind of semi-romantic comedy in the past 20 years, you've seen this movie already, probably 3 times over with its cast. It is as cookie cutter as it can come. It's not worth your time.
Yeah, I gave it a 1.5, man. I won't feel this at all, man. John Cena was the best thing about it. I'm mad they wasted all that black talent in there. You had Lynn Whitfield up in there, man. You had Robert Wisdom up in there. You had, just Anna Marie Osfreda Leaf. That was from Wayne's Brothers fame, Friday fame. Like, you had some heavy hitters in there, and like you just
to cover the wall with them.
yeah, and it was just a waste, man. So
That's why I felt it was a
1.5. What's up?
retooled screenplay because you had
Yeah.
all this good talent there. It's like you didn't
And nobody
utilize it
had anything to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this though. The best thing that came out of this movie is the image for cocaine, because they made cocaine seem like the most wonderful thing in the whole existence of man.
And here's what's so fucked up about this:
Yeah.
like people die trying cocaine for the first time, like, and you're just like, here you go,
Yep,
get the fuck out of here. But
Oh
Cocaine
my
is one of
god!
them.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! All right. Thank everybody listening to the N Word for Nerd podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed what you heard. And I guess, Jaron, give them the nice words of how they can find us and what they should do, how they should do it, real nasty like or real clean.
Just subscribing is great. It really helps us out. But if you smash that bell, you can set the notifications to always be on, and you'll catch everything from this channel. Which, I mean, we put up daily content, or you can whittle that down to just grabbing us and the stuff that we put up that are directly related to this show. Either way, we won't be filling up your inbox or anything, but hopefully we'll be delivering you something great. So go ahead and smash that bell and get notified when we drop new stuff.
If you're an attractive young lady, I probably will be filling up your inbox while I slide into your DMs.
I don't think any of us are doing that yet.
No.
Well, with that being said, Jaron, any closing words for everybody out there?
No. Have a great weekend.
And the Duke of all nerds, Jason number 8. Any final words for everybody out there?
Be kind. Tip your servers 20%.